Money has always been a peculiar thing. It flows abundantly to some while seemingly evading others completely. Take a moment right now and think about your own relationship with money. Does it feel like a loyal friend or a distant stranger? The truth that's been haunting millions of souls across generations is both simple and devastating. We are often the architects of our own financial prisons. The walls aren't built of bricks and mortar, but of thoughts, beliefs, and habits that have been passed down through generations, whispered in our ears since childhood, and reinforced by our daily experiences. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract prosperity effortlessly, while others work themselves to exhaustion only to remain stuck in the same financial position? The difference isn't luck, inheritance, or even intelligence. It's something far more fundamental. It's mindset. Let me share something with you that might shake you to your core. Right now, in this very moment, you're living exactly the financial life you believe you deserve. That statement might make you angry. You might want to argue that external circumstances, the economy, or other people are responsible for your financial situation. But here's the raw, unvarnished truth. Your current financial reality is a direct reflection of your internal beliefs about money. Consider the story of two brothers who grew up in the same household, surrounded by crushing poverty. Their father worked 3 jobs, yet could barely keep food on the table. Their mother darned the same clothes repeatedly because new ones were an unaffordable luxury. One brother grew up to repeat the cycle of poverty, convinced that struggle was his destiny. The other built a thriving business and created abundance not just for himself, but for others. Same circumstances, dramatically different outcomes. The difference? Their mindset. You see, a broke mindset isn't just about having empty pockets. It's about having a mind full of limiting beliefs that act like invisible chains. These beliefs are subtle but powerful. Money is hard to come by. Rich people are somehow different from me. I'll never be wealthy. Money is the root of all evil. Sound familiar? These thoughts aren't your own original creations. They're hand-me-downs, passed through generations like old furniture, accepted without question because they've been part of your mental landscape for so long. But here's the liberating truth. Just because you inherited these beliefs doesn't mean you have to keep them. The last time you received money, what was your immediate thought? Was it excitement about the possibilities it could create, or anxiety about how quickly it would disappear? Did you immediately start planning how to invest and grow it, or did your mind race to all the bills and debts waiting to devour it? Your instinctive response reveals volumes about your money mindset. The broke mindset operates on scarcity. It sees limitations everywhere. It's like wearing glasses with dark lenses. Everything appears dim and restricted. When opportunity knocks, the broke mindset whispers, "That's not for people like us." When a chance for investment appears, it mutters, "Better save what little you have." When others succeed, it grumbles, "They must have had advantages you don't." But let me tell you something that might change everything. Wealth isn't a destination. It's a journey that begins in the mind. Every dollar that has ever been earned started as a thought, an idea, a belief in possibility. Every fortune ever built began with someone deciding they were capable of more. Consider how often you've talked yourself out of opportunities. How many times have you seen a chance for advancement but convinced yourself it wasn't realistic? How often have you settled for less because you believed that was all you could expect? These aren't rational decisions. They're the symptoms of a broke mindset at work. The most insidious aspect of a broke mindset is how it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe money is scarce, you make decisions from a place of fear. Fearful decisions rarely lead to prosperity. When you believe wealth is for others, you subconsciously sabotage your own opportunities for abundance. When you see yourself as perpetually struggling, you create habits that ensure that struggle continues. Let's be brutally honest with ourselves. How many times have you received money and immediately spent it on something unnecessary? How often have you avoided learning about investing because it seemed too complicated? How many times have you chosen immediate gratification over long-term financial growth? These aren't character flaws. They're manifestations of beliefs that don't serve you. The broke mindset is like a comfortable prison. It's familiar. It's what you know. It might even feel safe because it doesn't challenge you to grow or change. But comfort is the enemy of progress. And staying in this mental prison comes at an enormous cost. Not just to your bank account, but to your potential, your dreams, and the impact you could have on the world. Right now, someone in this room is thinking, "This all sounds good, but you don't understand my situation." And you're right. I don't know your specific circumstances. But I know this. Circumstances can limit your options, but only your mindset can limit your potential. The transformation from a broke mindset to a wealth mindset begins with awareness. Start noticing your thoughts about money. When you pass a luxury car, what's your immediate reaction? When you see someone successful, what's your internal dialogue? These responses aren't random, they're programmed beliefs running on autopilot. Would you be surprised to learn that many wealthy individuals started with far less than you have right now? They didn't have special advantages or lucky breaks. What they had was a different way of thinking about money and possibility. They understood that wealth isn't about having advantages. It's about what you do with whatever advantages or disadvantages you have. Your broke mindset tells you that you need more resources to succeed. A wealth mindset focuses on being more resourceful with what you already have. Your broke mindset sees obstacles. A wealth mindset sees opportunities disguised as obstacles. Your broke mindset wants guarantees. A wealth mindset understands that growth comes from calculated risks. A garden for a moment. You can have the finest soil, the best seeds, perfect weather conditions, but if you believe nothing will grow, you won't plant anything. Your beliefs about what's possible determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. The broke mindset is like refusing to plant seeds because you're convinced nothing will grow. Let me share something that might challenge everything you believe about success and failure. Have you ever noticed that what we call bad luck often follows specific patterns? These patterns aren't coincidences. They're the direct results of our deeply held beliefs about what we deserve and what's possible for us. Take a dollar bill out of your wallet right now. Look at it closely. What do you see? Some see a piece of paper with a number on it. Others see possibility. Others see burden. That same piece of paper means something entirely different to each person in this room. And that meaning, that personal relationship with money, is exactly what determines how much of it flows through your life. The broke mindset has a peculiar way of justifying itself. It creates elaborate stories about why things can't work, why opportunities aren't real, why success is for other people. The timing isn't right. The market is too competitive. I don't have the right connections. These aren't facts. They're excuses dressed up as wisdom. The last financial decision you made, was it based on possibility or fear? Did you choose from a place of abundance or scarcity? The broke mindset always chooses safety over growth, security over opportunity, the known over the unknown. And while these choices feel prudent in the moment, they compound over time into a life of limitation. How some people can take a small amount of money and multiply it, while others can't hold on to a fortune. It's not about the amount, it's about the mindset. A broke mindset will always find ways to remain broke, even with resources. A wealth mindset will find ways to create abundance, even starting from nothing. Consider how many times you've said, "I can't afford that." Now imagine replacing that phrase with, "How can I afford that?" Notice the difference. The first statement is a dead end. The second opens doors to possibility. It engages your creativity. It challenges you to think differently. This simple shift in language reflects a fundamental shift in mindset. The broke mindset is obsessed with immediate gain and instant gratification. It's why lottery tickets sell so well in poor neighborhoods. It's why get-rich-quick schemes find willing victims. The wealth mindset understands that true prosperity is built gradually through consistent actions aligned with long-term vision. Let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. What's your relationship with work? The broke mindset sees work as a burden, a necessary evil to survive. The wealth mindset sees work as an opportunity to create value. When you change how you view work, you change how the world rewards your efforts. Your broke mindset has convinced you that money is scarce, that there's only so much to go around. But look at history. Wealth isn't a fixed pie. It's constantly being created. Every innovation, every business, every service that improves lives creates new wealth. The question isn't whether there's enough, the question is whether you're positioned to receive it. Your conversations about money, are they focused on lack or possibility? Do you spend more time complaining about expenses or discussing opportunities? The broke mindset is contagious. It spreads through conversations, through shared complaints, through mutual justification of limitation. The most dangerous aspect of the broke mindset is how it becomes your comfort zone. Like an old pair of shoes that hurt your feet but feel familiar. You keep wearing them because you're used to the discomfort. Breaking free requires stepping into new, uncomfortable territory. It requires challenging every financial assumption you've ever made. Here's a truth that might shake you. Your current financial situation is perfectly aligned with your current mindset. If you want different results, you need different thoughts, different beliefs, different actions. The broke mindset will fight this change. It will create resistance. It will find excuses. Expect this resistance. It's a sign you're moving in the right direction. Consider how you handle unexpected money. Do you immediately think about ways to spend it or ways to invest it? The broke mindset sees money as something to be used up. The wealth mindset sees money as a tool for creating more opportunities. One leads to temporary pleasure, the other to lasting prosperity. Your broke mindset has trained you to see barriers where there are actually bridges. It's trained you to focus on what you lack instead of what you can leverage. It's convinced you that your current situation is your final destination rather than a temporary station on your journey. Let me share something powerful. Every wealthy person you admire started by changing their mind before they changed their circumstances. They had to believe in possibility before possibility became reality. They had to think differently before they could act differently. They had to challenge their inherited beliefs about money before they could create new financial realities. The broke mindset loves company. It surrounds itself with others who share the same limiting beliefs. It finds comfort in collective complaint. Notice who celebrates your financial ambitions and who tries to drag you back to familiar limitation. Your environment will either lift you up or hold you down. The stories you tell yourself about money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for every penny. Rich people are just lucky. These aren't universal truths, they're programming. And like any programming, they can be rewritten if you're willing to question them. The transformation from broke mindset to wealth mindset isn't just about making more money. It's about becoming someone who can handle more money. It's about developing the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that attract and maintain prosperity. It's about growing into someone who sees opportunity where others see obstacles. Your broke mindset has been carefully constructed over years of observation, experience, and unconscious absorption of others' beliefs. It wasn't built in a day, and it won't be dismantled in a day. But every moment you choose to think differently, to question your assumptions, to challenge your limitations, you're building a new foundation for prosperity. Have you ever noticed how many people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and situations that limit them, all because their broke mindset has convinced them they have no choice? The truth is, we always have choices. The broke mindset simply makes us blind to them. Let's talk about something that might hit close to home. When was the last time you invested in yourself? Not just buying something, but truly investing in your growth, your education, your future. The broke mindset sees self-investment as an expense it can't afford. The wealth mindset sees it as an expense it can't afford to skip. Your relationship with money mirrors your deepest beliefs about yourself and your place in the world. When you say, "I can't afford it," you're really saying, "I don't believe I'm worthy of it." When you say, "That's too expensive," you're really saying, "I don't believe I can create that much value." These aren't financial statements. They're statements of self-worth. Consider how you react when you see someone succeeding financially. Does it inspire you or make you bitter? Does it spark possibility or resentment? Your reaction reveals whether you believe in abundance or scarcity. The broke mindset sees another's success as a threat. The wealth mindset sees it as proof of what's possible. The most insidious lie the broke mindset tells you is that you're being realistic. It disguises limitation as practicality. It presents fear as wisdom. It frames scarcity thinking as responsible thinking. But here's the truth. In a world of infinite possibility, limiting yourself isn't realistic. It's a form of self-sabotage. Your daily habits around money. Do you track where every dollar goes, or does money slip through your fingers like water? Do you have a plan for your financial future, or are you just hoping things will somehow work out? The broke mindset avoids looking at these questions. The wealth mindset faces them head on. Your broke mindset has taught you to see money as something that happens to you rather than something you create. It's trained you to be a passive recipient of whatever financial crumbs fall your way, rather than an active creator of wealth. This passive relationship with money keeps you stuck in cycles of lack. Let me ask you something profound. What would you do differently if you absolutely knew you couldn't fail? How would you approach opportunities if fear wasn't holding you back? The broke mindset keeps you paralyzed with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. The wealth mindset focuses on what's possible and best-case potentials. Consider the way you talk about wealthy people. Are your words tinged with judgment? Do you assume they must have done something wrong to succeed? These attitudes aren't just opinions. They're subconscious barriers preventing you from joining their ranks. You can't become what you resent. The broke mindset is like a thermostat set to lack. No matter what financial temperature you temporarily achieve, it will always pull you back to your programmed setting. Until you change the setting, until you adjust your internal thermostat, no external changes will last. Here's something that might surprise you. Making money isn't about money at all. It's about value creation. The broke mindset focuses on getting. The wealth mindset focuses on giving. Giving more value, solving bigger problems, serving more people. When you shift from what can I get to what can I give, everything changes. How you handle problems. The broke mindset sees problems as burdens. The wealth mindset sees them as opportunities. Every problem in the world represents potential wealth waiting to be created by someone willing to solve it. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Your broke mindset has convinced you that security comes from playing it safe, from avoiding risks, from staying within familiar boundaries. But true security doesn't come from avoiding risk. It comes from becoming someone who knows how to handle risk intelligently. Consider your current skills and knowledge. Are you consistently learning and growing, or have you become comfortable with what you already know? The broke mindset believes learning ends with formal education. The wealth mindset knows that learning is a lifelong investment that pays compound interest. The stories you tell yourself about money were written by others, by parents who may have struggled, by a society that often misunderstands wealth, by experiences that may have taught the wrong lessons. But here's the empowering truth. You can write new stories. You can create new meanings. You can choose new beliefs. Let me share something powerful about change. It happens in an instant. The moment you truly decide to think differently about money, you've already begun to change your financial future. The actions and results will follow. But the crucial shift happens in that moment of decision. Your broke mindset thrives on complexity and confusion. It makes wealth seem mysterious and unattainable. But the principles of wealth creation are actually simple. Create more value than you consume. Invest in your growth. Build assets that work for you. The complexity comes from our resistance to these simple truths. The excuses you've made for not pursuing financial growth. I'm not good with numbers. I don't understand investing. I don't have what it takes. These aren't facts. They're decisions you've made about yourself. And decisions can be changed the moment you choose to change them. The broke mindset is especially dangerous because it masquerades as virtue. It tells you that wanting more is greedy, that ambition is selfish, that staying small is somehow noble. But here's the truth. Your financial growth expands your capacity to make a positive impact in the world. Staying small serves no one. Your relationship with time reveals a lot about your mindset. The broke mindset sees time as something to endure, to kill, to pass. The wealth mindset sees time as the most precious asset, something to invest wisely. How you spend your time today determines your financial reality tomorrow. The most expensive education you'll ever receive is what you're learning from the broke mindset. It's costing you opportunities, growth, and possibilities every single day. The tuition is paid in dreams deferred, potential unrealized, and lives unlived. Consider how often you use the phrase, I need a better job. I need more money. I need a break. The broke mindset is obsessed with needs. The wealth mindset focuses on creation. Instead of needing a better job, create more value in your current one. Instead of needing more money, generate more opportunities. Instead of needing a break, make one. Your broke mindset has taught you to see barriers as stop signs. But what if they're actually indicators that you're on the right path? What if resistance is a signal that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone? What if obstacles are simply tests of your commitment to growth? Your definition of rich, is it just about having more money, or is it about having more choices? The broke mindset focuses on accumulation. The wealth mindset focuses on freedom, freedom to choose, freedom to create, freedom to contribute. True wealth is measured in options, not just dollars. Let me share something that might challenge you. Every financial difficulty you faced has been preparing you for greater success. The question is, what lessons have you chosen to learn? The broke mindset learns to fear and avoid. The wealth mindset learns to adapt and grow. Your current financial situation is simply feedback. It's information about what you've believed and how you've acted up until now. But feedback can be acted upon. It can be used as a foundation for change. The broke mindset sees feedback as final. The wealth mindset sees it as a starting point. Consider your response to financial setbacks. Do they define you or develop you? The broke mindset allows temporary setbacks to become permanent limitations. The wealth mindset sees setbacks as setup for comebacks. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise. The language of the broke mindset is filled with have to. I have to work, I have to pay bills, I have to struggle. The wealth mindset speaks in terms of choose to. This subtle shift from obligation to choice changes everything. It moves you from victim to creator, from passenger to driver. Your financial heroes. What do you admire about them? Now ask yourself, what prevents you from developing those same qualities? The broke mindset sees successful people as different species. The wealth mindset sees them as examples of what's possible through different thinking and different actions. Your broke mindset creates a peculiar form of amnesia. It makes you forget your past successes, your overcame obstacles, your proven resilience. It wants you to believe that you're not capable of more, but your history proves otherwise. You've grown before. You can grow again. Let me ask you something direct. What would need to change in your thinking for your income to double in the next year? Notice your immediate reaction to that question. The broke mindset rushes to explain why it's impossible. The wealth mindset begins exploring how to make it happen. Consider your circle of influence. Who are you spending time with? What conversations are you having? What ideas are you exposed to? The broke mindset surrounds itself with others who reinforce its limitations. The wealth mindset seeks out those who expand its possibilities. Your relationship with waiting is telling. The broke mindset waits for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. The wealth mindset understands that the right time is now, the right opportunity is what you create, and the right circumstances are what you make them. Your approach to problems. The broke mindset sees problems as burdens to be endured. The wealth mindset sees them as puzzles to be solved, and solved problems create value. The bigger the problem you can solve, the more value you can create. The stories you tell yourself about money create your financial reality. Money is hard to come by becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Money flows to value, creates a different reality entirely. Your narrative shapes your actions, and your actions shape your results. Consider how you view work. The broke mindset sees work as trading time for money. The wealth mindset sees work as creating systems that generate value whether you're present or not. One leads to limited income, the other to unlimited potential. Your broke mindset has convinced you that financial success is complicated. But the fundamental principle is simple. Find ways to create more value for others. The complexity comes from our resistance to this simple truth, our search for shortcuts, our desire for instant results. Your relationship with learning. The broke mindset sees education as an expense. The wealth mindset sees it as an investment. One asks, how much will this cost? The other asks, how much value will this create? Let me share something profound. Every wealthy person you admire started with a decision a decision to think differently, to act differently, to become different. They didn't wait for circumstances to change. They changed themselves, and their circumstances followed. Your financial habits reflect your financial beliefs. If you believe money is scarce, you'll clutch it tightly and paradoxically push it away. If you believe money flows to value, you'll focus on creating value and attract more opportunities. Consider your response to new ideas. The broke mindset immediately looks for why things won't work. The wealth mindset looks for how things could work. One closes doors, the other opens them. One limits possibility, the other expands it. The most dangerous aspect of the broke mindset is its certainty. It's convinced it knows what's possible and what isn't. It's certain about its limitations. It's sure about what can and cannot be done. But real growth begins when we become uncertain about our limitations. Your broke mindset has mastered the art of creating reasonable-sounding excuses. It can explain perfectly why now isn't the right time, why that opportunity isn't right for you, why playing it safe is the smart choice. But these explanations are chains, not protection. They're prison bars made of thoughts. Consider your definition of failure. The broke mindset sees failure as proof that it was right about limitations. The wealth mindset sees failure as proof that it's pushing boundaries, growing, attempting something worthwhile. One retreats from failure, the other learns from it. Let me tell you something that might change your perspective forever. No one who has ever achieved financial success did so by following the rules of poverty. You cannot escape financial limitation while thinking like a financially limited person. The change must begin in your mind, how you make decisions. The broke mindset makes decisions based on current circumstances. The wealth mindset makes decisions based on where it wants to go. One is reactive, the other proactive. One is ruled by the present, the other creates the future. Your relationship with money is really a relationship with yourself. When you say you're not good with money, you're really saying you don't trust yourself with power. When you avoid financial opportunities, you're really avoiding your own potential for growth. Consider the concept of deserving. The broke mindset believes we must deserve things before we can have them. The wealth mindset understands that we grow into deserving through action and commitment. One waits to be worthy, the other becomes worthy through doing. The most profound shift happens when you stop asking, "Can I?" and start asking, "How can I?" The broke mindset is filled with questions that shut down possibility. The wealth mindset asks questions that open doors to new opportunities. Your approach to problems. The broke mindset sees problems as unfair burdens. The wealth mindset sees them as opportunities to create solutions. Every fortune in history began with someone solving a problem that needed solving. Your broke mindset has taught you to fear money. Fear not having enough, fear losing it, fear making mistakes with it. But fear constricts possibilities. You cannot attract what you fear. You cannot grow what you clutch too tightly. Let me share something powerful. The size of your financial dreams is directly proportional to the size of your self-image. The broke mindset dreams small because it believes small. The wealth mindset dreams big because it refuses to accept artificial limitations. Consider your view of time. The broke mindset sees time as something slipping away. The wealth mindset sees time as something to invest. One leads to urgency and scarcity, the other to strategic thinking and growth. Your daily habits are either building wealth or reinforcing poverty. Every decision, every action, every thought is moving you toward one direction or the other. There is no neutral ground when it comes to financial mindset, your relationship with change. The broke mindset resists change because it threatens the familiar. The wealth mindset embraces change because it creates opportunity. One leads to stagnation, the other to growth. The way you handle small amounts of money predicts how you'll handle larger amounts. The broke mindset sees small amounts as insignificant. The wealth mindset sees them as practice for managing more. Every dollar is a decision, an opportunity to strengthen your financial muscles. Consider your response to opportunity. The broke mindset looks for reasons why opportunities won't work. The wealth mindset looks for ways to make them work. One finds what it expects to find, reasons to stay stuck. The other finds paths to move forward. Your financial future isn't determined by your starting point, it's determined by your mindset. The broke mindset uses the past to predict the future. The wealth mindset uses the present to create the future. Let me ask you something crucial. What would you attempt if you knew your broke mindset was lying to you about what's possible? What would you do if you discovered that your limitations were self-imposed? The transformation we're talking about isn't just about money. It's about becoming someone who can handle success, who can create value, who can make a difference. The broke mindset keeps you small, not just financially, but in every area of life. Legacy. The broke mindset thinks about survival. The wealth mindset thinks about impact. One focuses on getting through today, the other on creating something that lasts beyond tomorrow. Your current financial situation is temporary, but your mindset makes it permanent. The broke mindset accepts conditions. The wealth mindset changes them. Every moment is a choice between accepting what is or creating what could be. Consider this final truth. The decision to change your mindset is the most profitable decision you'll ever make. It costs nothing but changes everything. It requires no resources except courage and commitment. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can continue letting your broke mindset write your financial story, or you can begin writing a new one. You can keep accepting its limitations, or you can challenge every assumption it's ever made about what's possible for you. The transformation begins with a single thought, a single decision, a single moment of saying enough to the old way of thinking. It gains momentum with every choice to think differently, to act differently, to be different. Remember this. Your broke mindset has been lying to you about who you are and what you're capable of achieving. It's time to stop listening. It's time to start questioning every limitation you've accepted as truth. It's time to begin seeing yourself and your possibilities in a new light. The journey from broke mindset to wealth mindset isn't just about changing your thoughts, it's about changing your life. It's about becoming someone who not only attracts prosperity, but knows how to use it to create value for others. The choice is yours. The time is now. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make in this moment. Will you remain trapped in the prison of poverty thinking? Or will you step into the boundless possibilities that await when you change your mind about what's possible? The answer to that question will determine not just your financial future, but the impact you'll have on the world. Choose wisely. Choose now. Choose growth. Your broke mindset ends today if you decide it does. The rest of your story is waiting to be written. Pick up the pen, start writing, begin now.